Live from the Fox 2 studios, The 9 starts now.
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of money.
Yeah, today is a Money Monday. It's the day after Christmas. We all went out and spent probably a little too much money on our gifts, whether you did layaway, whether you put it on credit cards. Now is the time to start thinking about that. What are you going to do? How are you going to start paying that off? There's a right way to think this through, and we're going to tackle that on today's Money Monday. All right, it's December 26th. You know what that means. Christmas is over. Now it's time to make sure your finances are in order during the holiday season. Man, do we spend money. Adam Pawloski from Telemus Capital is here with tips on how to handle that debt that we might have racked up. You put it on your credit card. Some folks do layaway. So how do we look at that debt, and how do we break down the right way to do it as opposed to the wrong way?
Right. So the most important thing that you want to do is focus on the issue and take an inventory of all the debt and everything that you've taken on over the year. You don't want to avoid it. You don't want to act like it's not there. That becomes a bigger problem. So you got to really focus on what you have there, and then you can create a plan.
Okay, so what if, and many people do this as well, I mean, we all do this, you put a little bit here, you put a little bit there, you take out layaway over here, so you need to look at all of it, and then higher rates, we pay those off first.
Right. So first, you got to cover all your fixed expenses. So you got to pay your mortgage, you got to pay your car payment, you got to make sure that your utilities are paid, so everything, the lights stay on, everything happens there. Right?
If you don't do that, you got another set of problems down the road.
Right. Then, when you look at the credit cards, you want to make the minimum payments across the board, and then from there, if you have a little bit of extra money, you're going to apply it to those with the highest interest rate first, and then scale on down.
Okay. And then you keep talking about the plan. Your plan is important, and the third point right there: make a plan to continue paying until that balance is paid off. You don't want to start and stop.
Correct. Yeah. If you stop, that's okay. If you have other things that come in that are more important, but you got to see every plan all the way through so that you can get past all the credit card debt.
Exactly. And there are minimum payments. You can't just totally ignore it and hope the problem goes away. If something were to pop up, a water heater busts and you need a new water heater, that's an important thing. But at the very minimum, we need to pay minimum on those credit cards and on those layaway tickets.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so then a week from now, this is the start of 2017. How do we address that?
Okay, so we've got to develop a plan for everything across the board, right? So define your financial goals. Come up with things that are very specific that you want to do, whether it's, you know, pay for your kids' college, whether you paid on the debt a little bit, when you got a big purchase coming up, and create a timeline for when you want to complete that goal. That's kind of the first step there.
Right.
The second step is to create a budget. So find out how much money you're taking in, how much money's going out on a monthly basis, and see what's left over, because that's what you're going to be able to apply towards those financial goals.
All right, let's zoom in real detailed now. So instead of talking general, you sent some numbers over. Explain to me what these mean. 36% of gross income, 28% allocated to housing.
Yeah.
Say that in human.
So when you take in your gross income, right, let's say you're making $40,000 a year, you don't want your total debt to be more than 36% of what the take-home is, or about $1,200 a month.
Why?
If you do, you're going to end up really stressing yourself, and you're not going to be able to have enough money to have your lifestyle things, the things that you want to do. You'll be spending too much on just the brick and mortar.
Okay, and the guideline, what's the 50-20-30 rule?
Okay, so there's a rule of thumb that we use when you're looking over your expenses about where it all goes. So you don't want more than half to your fixed expenses: housing, transportation, utilities.
These things that need to get paid every month.
Exactly. And then the next 20%, which is important that it comes next, is your financial goals and your savings, because you want to be able to pay yourself and set some money aside in case there are other contingencies or things that come up after that.
Sure.
And the final 30% is your lifestyle stuff. So whether you've got the big cable plan, whether you take the kids out to the movies, entertainment, hobbies, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. All right. So this is a lot to think about. So let's try to wrap this back to Christmas. This Christmas is over. Next Christmas is still 12 months away. Is it too early to start thinking about next Christmas today?
Certainly not. It's never too early to plan. If you set yourself on a plan and really aim towards your goals, you'll be better set off for all the things that come up in life that throw us off track.
Okay. And if you can save, say, $50 a paycheck from here till next year, you'll have $1,000, and then you won't have to worry about the credit card bills next year.
Exactly.
All right. Adam, how can people find out more if they want to learn more about this?
You can go to telemus.com, and then there's plenty of resources out there. If you're trying to find out some more information about consolidating your debt, there's a nonprofit agency called Nonprofit Credit Counselors to help you out.
Okay. And as is always the case with Money Monday, we'll make sure to put this on our website, fox2detroit.com. We'll be back after the break.